God bless everyone.
Hit the button, baby. Stay cool. This is a Thor News presentation. Thor News presents...
Basically, I know this is a lot of crazy terms we're throwing around, and now, I don't want to scare people.
As temperatures soar well over 110 degrees across Southern California this week, many residents could find themselves without power due to planned maintenance.
Now, the caveat to that is that if there are imminent implications on our grid reliability or safety, those outages do need to proceed.
So just how hot is it?
We are looking at heat out in the desert Southwest that is literally one for the ages. We are talking all-time record highs being broken this week.
Well, we have the heat that's building, and we have increasing heat, increasing humidity, and things are kind of mixing up a little bit for today that could turn out to be not such a great thing.
A little bit of instability in the interior Northeast.
We'll still see showers throughout upstate New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Western New York, around the Great Lakes region as well, and going into Wisconsin.
And then as we start to head through time, we are going to have to keep an eye on this system.
It is certainly starting to get busy in the tropics.
As we continue to watch two areas in the Atlantic Basin,
We have two tropical systems that we're monitoring.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for double tropical storm penetration. Yes, I know. That's not a phrase anybody wants to hear at any time, asterisk. But it's true. We got giant, massive, mega Frankenstein freak hybrid storm slowly churning towards Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas. And then we got Tropical Storm Bret in the back saying, how do you do? Here I come. The most projections I've seen have him going straight across the Antilles, staying below Cuba, and that will put him in the Gulf. As the man said, if it's in the Gulf, it's trapped in the Gulf. So that's a score.
Heat waves can be very deadly. They cause more fatalities than any other weather event.
really no joke here. These could be very dangerous temperatures.
Dangerously hot in the pink.
So it is just plain steamy.
Stay cool.
And you have to stay cool, right? We are going from cool to downright hot.
T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is a Thor News presentation.
Are you cool? Because I'm going to be dropping some hard Thor News science upon you.
Hit the button, baby. Thor News presents...
Alright, what's next here?
You gotta take Fight Club up a notch. How much can you know about yourself? You've never been in a fight.
Wait.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, it's the same old story, but here's something new.
There's Atmospheric River 1, and here's Atmospheric River 2. All right.
And things are starting to get a little bit interesting.
We are on tropical watch. We're watching the Caribbean. And why is that?
There's a lot of attention right now on the northern Atlantic, the Caribbean, and also the Gulf of Mexico.
So here's what we're dealing with.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for double tropical storm penetration.
Starting today. So here we go. Potential Tropical Cyclone 3. Now, this is a big rainmaker. Rain. And we're going to see a lot of that in the Gulf starting today. Now, the rain is going to start to push into the immediate Gulf by today. And we're going to see this last through the middle of the week. Now, here's a look at the tropical storm watches and warnings that we are dealing with. And here's the cone. Notice that we see this go all the way up to Nashville. And so as we look at future radar, the center of the storm goes to the west, but the heaviest rain, well, that is going to be to the east and the north. So how much rain are we talking? Well, we could see flooding rain, 5 to 7 inches likely in New Orleans. Gulfport, you could get up to 10 inches of rain. Tropical Storm Bret. This storm is moving off to the west. Already a history maker, by the way. This is the earliest named storm we've seen this far east in the Atlantic, and it's still going on. This is moving off to the west-northwest, 21 miles per hour, winds at 40 miles per hour. Still a lot of rain with this system and some squally weather.
And the second one may hit before the first one's even done. It's going to be a multi-day event. Now, over the next day, some areas are projected to get 10 to 20 inches of rain. It's a lot of rain. It's supposed to curve into Texas and then loop back out. If a tropical storm number 2, wind shear is our friend. Although that laser beam that zaps it in the eye may or may not be our friend. We do not know. There are varying wild conspiracy theories on how many parties are geoengineering weather and for what purposes. So yeah, we got a whole bunch of moisture, rain, water vapor, humidity heading to fill in the Gulf, man. Here's Bret right here. Bret Michaels. I would call him George Bret, but that beard bring pine tar in with the storm, and nobody wants that. So there's Bret. Technically, our bad boys are just back here. I thought I was seeing some circulation. This may not have been the best color choice. See that? You know what? At some point, I'm going to take a break and eat a steak. I just got craving. Should I cook it in a pan? I got to go buy it first. Anyway, so this is what we're watching. And you should know by now, if I'm going to make a bunch of videos about a storm, that is going to be one fascinating storm. And look at that thing. That's a monster. Madness. Everywhere. BG. So get ready for higher ground. This thing will be in Houston soon. At least some of the rain will, I imagine. And the patterns I've been watching have just been crazy. And there's rain showing up in places they weren't saying there was going to be rain. So, I don't know. It's wild cardy, man. So prepare for possible double penetration tropical storms. So it's almost like this is the eye right here. Prepare for double penetration. Ooh, maybe I'll go to the ocean for a sunrise and learn about Isaac Asimov. Oh, I'll read one of his books. Look at that. So yeah, there you go. There's the two eyes we're looking at. So the giant storm, it's still got days to get there. The one in the Gulf, and then that one's coming. So we'll be watching. All right. All right, y'all stay cool.
On Father's Day, there was no shortage of severe weather. Here's a look at central Kansas. Notice the hail coming down. It was a big portion of the country that was dealing with strong gusty winds and flash flooding.
Our desert spots, my goodness, your temperatures are going to be really high, challenging records.
Relatively dry air that's in place right now. We have increasing heat that's coming in out of the west and the northwest, but we have increasing humidity and moist air that's coming out of the south. So we're looking at three different distinct air masses clashing in the same general area here. And so as the heat builds, the instability is building in the atmosphere over this part of the country as well. We're going to be bracing for the possibility of severe thunderstorms. We're looking at the likelihood of damaging wind gusts up to about 60 to 65 mile per hour wind gusts. We're likely to see some hard, large hail. When you have those three different dynamic air masses clashing together in the same place, that's where we have that possibility of flash flooding.
Too early to tell exactly where we're looking at here, but
now it's the right side of this storm where we're going to see the heavy concentration of rain. Winds 40 miles per hour. It's moving off to the northwest at 8 miles per hour.
Now, this is really going to kick in for us Wednesday afternoon going into Wednesday night. So, Sioux Falls down to Omaha, really over throughout a good portion of Minnesota. We're looking for travel delays along 35, 29, and 90.
All right, it looks like I'm going to be a busy boy for the next week or two. Covering the weather and saving lives is what I do. Yeah, okay, I'll be watching that thing in the ocean. See that thing? That thing is scary looking. How's the atmosphere doing? Oh, it's unsettled.
I have to run for cover here.
Oh my God!
So here we go again.
If it's happening in a galaxy, then toys all over it. Hurricanes, solar flares, planet X. How humanity's gonna destroy itself at each other's necks. Yeah, I don't know if you know this. No, I don't know if you know this.
Stay cool.
And you have to stay cool, right? We are going from cool to downright hot.
Oh, hell yeah. It is an unidentified orbiting object. It's UO. Hell yeah. Thor News, have invented a new awesome science term. First, there was the UFO, an unidentified flying object. Now, we have UO, unidentified orbiting objects.
Stay cool. This is a Thor News presentation.
I don't know if you know this. Thor News is for winners, and that's why you're here. So stick around.
Hit the button, baby.
Party dance time.